I'm rich. No, I went and I got a bunch of ones and they put a piece of tape on it, and it just makes me smile. Because my sister's coming and she needs bus fare and they only take exact change. So someone asked, oh, mom's dropped it. Someone asked me to talk about materials, but I'm kind of a weird person to talk to about materials. Because what I actually tend to do is I'll buy something, usually if I've heard about it before, if we've used it in class or something, and then if I like it, I'll keep buying from that brand or whatever, and then if I don't like it, I buy something else the next time, or I just stop using that medium. So, why are my headphones here? Forgot why I put them. But I'm really specific with some things though, like my headphones, they're sound canceling, but they're really cheap. They're not completely sound canceling, and they don't make them anymore. And I threw them on the floor. So, let's see, what should we start with? Things like cutting tools. I don't care what their brand is. Like this is a set of X-Acto blades, and they're all assorted, and that really doesn't matter because I never change the tips. I just put a pointy tip and that's all I ever use. And I like the thin ones because you can use them like a pencil. The thicker ones, they're kind of bulky and they're hard for me to use. On the floor. And then scissors too. I always have a little pair of scissors. Actually I haven't. I think someone lost mine. But itchy. I always have a little pair of scissors with me, and they're usually just a generic, oh, I like that color, you know. This one says academic. Okay. Floor. And then these are the only ones I specifically went out to get because they can cut pennies. I know it to be true. I've tried it. Actually, I cut a quarter. I don't think you're allowed to do that, but I did it once. I just cut the edge of it. And then you can take them apart, and they're knives. They're kind of serrated though, and blah 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 blah. So they're knives, and you can put them in the dishwasher, and that's fun. They're from Cutco, but I noticed, you know, they do have a little texture on them, and when I cut stuff, I usually don't want texture on it. I want it to be smooth, so I actually tend to keep using the little cheapo ones. Scissors on the floor. Glue. I just get Elmer's. I usually get the blue one just because it's blue. And also for some reason it doesn't crack as easily as the white one. Like I used it on the border of this and you know it looks fine, but on the ones that I used white it kind of cracks a little, and I don't know what's with that, but that's what happens. Floor. And with these, I don't remember what brand they were, but look, they're a bunch of envelopes, and then you can stick stuff inside. And what I did was I got a whole bunch of them, I folded them like this, and then I stuck them all together. See, so it's all individuals. They aren't like folded around each other, it's all individuals. And then I got some clips like what you put on chips, and I clamped them shut, and then I got glue and I put it all over it, and then I smushed it in with my finger, and then I let it sit for like a whole day because I am intense when I use glue. That's why I was never good with construction stuff. I'm intense with paint too. That's why the clay people hate me, because their paint costs a lot of money and I use it all up. Watercolors. I grew up using Crayola, but I actually don't use it because I got Grumbacher's once and I like them and I still have them. Open. See? And nice thing about watercolors is, even with these, you can do this. If you run out of a color, you can pop this out and go buy a new one. But I haven't run out yet. These are the originals that I got from 8th grade. And they also sell tubes of paint, and this is also Grumbacher. I didn't know I had these, but what you can do is if a color's running out, you can mush it into there and then let it dry, and then it'll stay there. Or if you're working on something, you can put them on like a little palette and use them. You can also, when they're like this, it's easier to mix them and you can make up your own colors. I did that for a project once. Not putting that on the floor. Oh, I hit my TV! Colored pencils. I used to use Crayola all the time. Go ahead, keep using Crayola. I have a set of Prismacolors and I like them because they have an intense... Ow! Things falling on me. No, don't fall. Wait a minute. Everything's falling. Wait a sec, let me... Oh, a pencil phone. I don't know where it went. Oh, I bet it's in a box. Stupid pencil. There's one. You the one that fell? Okay. So what I do is I get like the whole set. Stop falling. Stop falling. But then I get extra colors that don't come with the set. And then I end up sticking them with my pencils. I always put them by rainbow order, so if I want a specific one I can find it. And because I'm a little obsessive like that. You can see which ones I don't use. I don't remember having that many browns. They're probably all burnt umber, because for some reason I go through brown really quick. Brown and blue I go through the most. Because that's what I use to make black when I paint. Crayons I use Crayola, because the color is really uniform, and then if you draw on textured paper it looks really nice and stuff. If you use Rose Art, it's really like see-throughy and grainy, and it's not very nice. I hate Rose Art. I don't know why people like it. But Crayola, only crayons you can use ever. They're my favorites. Someone was asking, where did my Crayola ones go? Oh well. With markers, I never use markers, except I got these. I don't even know what brand they are. I just saw, oh, they have so many colors, and then I used them in that book. But for some reason, I don't use markers. Ow. These are Create Like Crazy, distributed by Target Corporation, Minneapolis stuff. And, you know, like when I get the little thin ones from random brands, they tend to run out really quick. But I don't have any of the fancy markers because I don't really use markers ever, so I'm kind of like, why would I buy fancy markers for a lot of money if I'm not going to use them? I barely use my pencils, and those were a lot of money. Pencil sharpeners, use whatever you want. This one's a nose. But, so I have that. And then this one's just a random one. It says Boston. It's a battery powered one, and I have this tendency where when I get new pencils, I want to sharpen all of them, and then I overheat my pencil sharpeners. What else? Yarn. I only really use this one, Lily, the original Sugar and Cream. It's 100% cotton, right? Yeah, 100% cotton. And it's soft. Most yarn, the really cheap kinds, are like plasticky. They're synthetic, and they itch, and I don't like wearing itchy things, so I make these, and they feel good. Pencils, mechanical pencils and stuff. I usually use mechanical, and then if I just get a normal pencil, I use your normal writing pencil, what you would find in a second grader's backpack. But I don't steal them from second graders. These ones are Zebra, and they look like normal pencils, but they're a lot lighter, and they don't clip and stuff, and it's probably better to use just a normal mechanical. But I always get the size 0.7, because if I get a 5, I will break it and go through lead way too fast. Running out of time. These pens, I like the way they come out. It's a ballpoint pen, but it's really full of ink, and I love it. You should get some of these. These ones are V5s. I also get V7s. The V7s are thicker. I've tried V9s, and they're like using a marker. They're like, let's see. In my pencil bag, I tend to carry around random stuff. Like I usually have a Sharpie with me, and some extra lead and stuff. Some normal pencils, highlighters, random stuff that I throw in. Sometimes it's stuff I've found. Oh, here's one of the V5s. They're epic. And then, got a minute left. Let's see what else. Paints, I use Liquitex because they're thick-ish, so you know you don't see through them. They're not like the cheap ones you find at art camps. But the yellow is still kind of see-through, so if you want to make the yellow more opaque, you just add white to it. It doesn't change the color very much. And it's thicker. When I ink stuff, I use microns. This one's a green, size 01. I usually use a 01 that's black. They're waterproof, so I use these on my watercolors. And then the last thing is paintbrushes. I kind of just get them randomly. I usually get the softer bristles, and I usually have some wide ones, and then, you know, some that are like middle sizes, some kind of like, these ones I use for my watercolors. But watercolor brushes are the best kinds if you want to do like a real watercolor. Oh, is to get the soft, fluffy ones, and then if you want to use something like acrylic, you're supposed to use hard ones, but I just use soft ones for everything, and I don't stick to a particular brand. Yep,